single and dual alternative. That is these two things we are gonna alternative decisions. Okay, we are gonna learn about single and dual alternative decisions. What is single and alternative dual decisions? When you are going and road turns only like this, then you don't have a choice. You can't say, I want to go this route. There is no road, or you're not interested in that road. You're interested only in this solid line. This is valid. You have a single alternate. This is called single decision, right? Single decision. You're interested only in the right side, only in the true. You don't care what happens in the false. And I'll give an example. The alternate, the dual alternate is, as the word says, you go to a hidden dead end. You're making a decision, and this side is only when you false, this side only when is true, right? So you go either this way or you go either this way. You can't say I'm going to both sides. If it is true, turn right. If it is false, turn left. There is no third possibility, right? That is what the Boolean is all about. You have either true or you have false. There is nothing called maybe in the center here this way. Okay, so true or false. And we will learn how to implement. Let's first understand in real life, where do you see single decision, where do you see multiple decisions? Okay. So the single decision is more or less at the situations where you say, you go to a concert and you see your friend, right? You see every face and who comes in front of you, and you look at it, and then if he's your friend and say, oh my God, good to see you here, and everything, you're so happy, you're shaking hands, you're embracing, you're shouting. All those actions are when you see a face who is your friend. But somebody who is not your friend, what do? You simply ignore and move on, right? You're not going to say, hey, you're not my friend. You see another face here, you're not my friend, right? I don't know you. You don't tell that. You simply ignore that. You just focus on happy path, that somebody you see in the concert, and you shake hand, you say hello. Rest all you simply ignore, right? That is what we call it happy decisions. For example, if I have to write this, I'll say my friend equal to true. Then you want to do something. Otherwise, do nothing. Just ignore it. That is what we will learn it in this one. The second scenario is when you say dual alternative, you are saying, okay, if you are not my friend, I'm gonna also say you sorry, I don't know you, right? Which is the concert example is a bad example in that case. But let's take another example, and we say you are right now. What is the age of vaccination, right? The age of vaccination in this country as of now is what we call it 18 years. Sorry, 12 years old, right? So we'll say, the age equal to, let's say age is a variable, and we say just 18 years old for now. I can take input, right? And in Python, if the age, 12, if age is 12 or more, then you will be taking a vaccination. So let's first write a problem statement. I don't think we talked about this last week, right? I just want to make sure. Sometimes I forget. I have so many classes. Let me do a quick check here, actually. What was the last chapter I assigned to you guys? Krish? Tanvi?
15, I think.
15. Okay. So, okay, then we should be fine. Okay. So, I'm taking an example saying you are eligible for vaccination if you are older than or equal to 12 years old, right? Suppose we write a Python program for this. Suppose this Python program will be feed into a robot, and robot is standing at the gate of the clinic, right? And somebody walks in. So we are writing a program for that, a Python program that will be fed into a robot, right? So first thing what we want to do is identify the condition. It clearly says if. So when you say if, and then you see this type of conditions, you see you're eligible for vaccination. The vaccination in Georgia is eligible. The people in Georgia are eligible for vaccination when they are 12 years old or more. So if, when, those type of things clearly denote that there is a condition involved. So what is the condition now? The next step is, once you realize that there is a condition required, then you identify the condition itself. And then third step is convert that into a Boolean condition. So the condition is, if, that means yes, there is a condition, you are older than or equal to 12 years old. I may not have written the proper English, right? This is your condition. So let's translate this condition into a Boolean expression. And how do we do that? What we are talking about? If you are older than, so let's say we are talking about age here. Let's say age is a variable, right? So let's say age is greater than equal to 12. This is your condition, Boolean expression. If this is true, then you want to do something here. So the way you do it in Python, you use the word if, and then you put a colon at the end of your condition. Okay, so you put if space, I always put in parenthesis, age, parenthesis, age, which is a variable. It can be, it depends on who is putting the age. Age is greater than equal to. So this age would be a variable. Age is different for somebody. If Krishang walks in, right? If Krish walks in, age is different, right? If it is Sai, then age is different. If it is Siddhant, then age is different, right? Everybody will enter his own age. This robot is going to ask age. So say if age is this, then I want to say, okay, if age is greater than 12, then I want to, let me remove this and remove this. Then I want to say print, say welcome. Okay, I want to say another statement, print, get vaccine today. Right? Then if age is less than 12, what do? We ignore. It's a, ideally you wouldn't. In this case, you want to say else. It's a print. Sorry. You are not eligible. Okay. Couple of things you will notice here. First is if a statement here. Second is this colon. Third thing is I put a tab here, and I'll show you when I write the code. This is called indentation. You indent your code, indent by one tab. You hit a tab. When you put a colon, cursor will automatically come on by one tab. Python editors mostly do this. Okay. If they don't, you still you hit a tab and put exactly one tab, not two tab, not zero tab, exactly one tab. So these two lines of code, now we are saying that will execute only if this condition is true. This is my true path. And otherwise, again, you put one tab and put it here. This means this condition only when it is false. This your parent condition is false, then it goes to else and do this. Make sense? And we can see this. Let's draw a flowchart for this. It's easy to draw a flowchart and understand. So we are going to start. Siddhant, you understand what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start, and then you, let's say, ask the age of the person, because that's what robot is going to do. It will say, read age. So robot is asked, what's your age? And you say 12. Your age becomes 12. The next thing we want to do is say, check a condition. Remember, we use diamond to check the age. And we say age greater than equal to 12. If true, you want to do something. If false, We want to do something else. Then if it is true, then I want to execute two statements. So one statement, that's why I'm drawing a rectangle. I'll say write welcome. And I also want to say write get vaccinated. And then I'm done. On the other side, I will say sorry. Okay. And then both of these converge. You go and print close. I can still say one more thing here. I just want to show you. Let me delete this. And we can say one more statement. We'll say print, write. When you draw flowchart, it's always programming language independent. Whether you do it Java or Python, your logic or algorithm has to be independent of programming language. So that's why I use read and write. I don't say print, because for writing, there may be different command in Java. So the end. Okay. And then you close it. Okay. Now, a couple of things here you will observe. One is when the condition is true. Okay. When the condition is true, this path executes. It will skip this line. Even though you wrote, let's see how many lines we wrote it, right? We wrote one line, which is 1. This is my second line. This is my third line. This is my fourth line. This is my fifth line. Like this, right? Now, when I am executing the code, I wrote 5 or 7 lines. I'll show you. I'll write this code in the code editor and show you. I wrote 5 or 7 lines of code, but I'm telling Python to execute certain lines of code and skip another set of line of code or block of code based on the conditions result. Not value, not the age, but the whole expression based on this expression. I'm telling Python that you go and say, if it is true, go this route. If it is false, do this. That means at any point of time, line number 1 and 5 will execute. And suppose this is line number 4, 5, this is 6. So 1, 5, and 6 will execute. If you go this route, it will go here, like this route. Or you go this route. That means 2, 3, 4, and 6 will execute. 6 will execute in both the cases. Why? Because this whole block of true and false ends here. And then you come and you go in the resume your normal path. Like you see, it's a central line. So you go back to your regular path. But between these two branching, you take only one branch, right? You either go right, or you go to the move right, or you go to the left. But you don't do left and right both. That's not possible. So in the conditions, based on value true or false, you will either execute only one block, or you will execute only the other block, not both the blocks.